There's the music. I was like, where's the music in this game? I need to move my thing so I can see people talk. You hope potentially not now. Ew. Noodle and Zeph are being totally inappropriate in the other room. It is PDA.
This is public. This is a private display collection right here.
It's still PDA.
Nah, that's a PR.
Private. It's nothing to do with knowing military. I just know the first two letters of private are PR. Alright. I have the ability to continue the story.
Huh?
I have the ability to continue the story.
What? With the ones we made?
I don't know. I haven't clicked the story yet. Well, I'm gonna do my little intro first. Welcome back, guys. Dr. Sonochan here with your daily dose, I guess, of adventure for now. It is a little bit of a fail. We did all die by a lightning strike. Cough, cough, cough. So, let's see how this goes. I don't know what'll happen when I click story, so let's find out. Oh, I can't load campaign. That was Noodle who did it, so I can't load it. I'm just gonna click single player just so I can look at the character creation. Ooh, there's different modes. Can I get an explanation of the different modes? You prefer story and exploration over being challenged in combat. This is the difficulty for you. Oh, there's my difficulty. Let's see what the classic mode is. Classic Divinity experience, you'll need your wits about you in and out of combat. The foes you'll meet will be cunning and relentless. They'll bombard you with nasty tricks and surprises that the Explorer and Classic modes don't feature, not for the faint of heart. And then Honor mode. Failure is not an option. Up the stakes by adding but a single save to the already highly challenging tactician mode. If your entire party perishes, the save game will be erased and your quest will be well and truly over. Oh, that's awful. That's horrible. I'm gonna stick with Explorer mode because it is the easiest mode possible. I'm really just playing with character creation, so I won't actually start a story. Loki is very, very pathetic right now. He has pink eye, but it looks like a grape. It is an ulcer on his eye, and it looks like a smushed cherry. And he wants to play with the kittens so bad. And I don't know if I told you guys about the kittens, but we have 2 other kittens, Silver and Timo. And Silver is like confused, or yeah, that's Silver. She was meowing up at Loki because she's like, wait, why is he out there? I want to play. He can't play because he doesn't need to be overstimulated. He needs to rest and recuperate. Alright, let's look at what we got here. I'm definitely a girl. Unless I checked. We got the dwarf. Conjurer incarnate. Conjure a personal elemental that matches the ground surface it's summoned onto. Your incarnate can be buffed with infusions. Once you hit summoning ability of level 10, a colossal incarnate champion will answer your summons. Ooh, I like that. A dimensional bolt. Shoot a volatile bolt that deals 6 to 8 of random type. Creates a corresponding surface. Elemental totem. The enchanter. Electric discharge. Hail strike. Rain. Of course, fighter. Battle stomp. Bouncing shield. Fortify. Inquisitor. Battering ram. Bloodsucker. Mosquito swarm. Knight. Again, you have the battering ram, crippling blow, and battle stomp. Metamorph. Tentacle lash. Chicken claw. Bullhorns. Ranger. Ricochet. Peace of mind. Elemental arrowheads. The rogue has throwing knives, backlash, and adrenaline. There's a lot of classes. Chameleon cloak, backlash, chicken claw. That's a very inappropriate stance. Pin down, fossil strike, elemental arrowhead. Witch. Raised bloated corpse. Chloroform, mosquito swarm. Wizard. Searing daggers, fossil strike, ignition. Shocking touch, battering ram, blinding radiance. Pain touch, restoration, bloodsucker. Okay, so that's a lot of them. And then dwarves are fiercely nationalistic followers of their queen. Their proud society reveres source and is class-based, deeply divided between haves and have-nots. And then the elves. Elegant and long-lived, elves are skilled sorcerers. Memory is the keystone of elven culture. They can absorb memories by consuming the flesh of others. Humans, adaptable and expansionists and superstitious. Humans are the dominant race of rebellion. Several wars have raged their lands, but not their authority. The lizard people. Lizards are the ancient empire of cultured aristocrats. Sourced adepts who follow the rules of law. Outsiders see their societies elitists. Lizards see outsiders as servants. Undead. There's an undead dwarf. The undead are an abhorred race in rebellion, considered abominations of the natural order. Those who wish to walk among the living must mask themselves or risk proving violence. Zeph, didn't you want to be undead? So you can be like undead of all the different races. I'm looking at the undead lizard and it's kind of creepy. And then there's Beast. Oh, Beast is one of the main characters. He rebelled against the queen and nearly destroyed him. Thane is The story undead. You woke up and your world was gone, the last of your kind. You hide behind a charmed mask, searching for the truth about a history that no one knew existed. Looks like he was probably human before he died. Oh, yeah, because he stands the exact same way as Ifan bin Mazid. And there's Lose. Then the Red Prince! Zeph still wants to be Red Prince. And there's Sybil. And he goes back to the customs. I liked being a lizard. I'm gonna stay being a lizard. Now, what class do I want to be? I was a ranger last time, wasn't I? Let's see. I kinda wanna be a witch. Or a witch or, a conjurer. Or it's just because I can raise things, I can make things come up. Yeah, I did. I could kill everybody. I mean, I was shooting you anyway when I wasn't even trying to. I might go Wayfarer. Pin down, Fossil Strike, and Elemental Arrowheads. I think I'll go with that. Oop. In honor of my dear dragon. I can find a color close to her. Oh, that's probably actually as close as it gets. It's desert sand. Here is like purple. Cornflower, lavender, jasmine. Yeah, that was pretty good too. Yeah, I like jasmine better. There's oranges in there. Look at her face. Oh god. Good, that one. Oops, I'm just gonna set her spinning. I think that's about as close as I'm gonna get to see. Noodle, I'm making a Z. You didn't hear me, did you? No. Exactly. I said I'm making a Z. I did that better. Thanks, Sassy.
Almost got me that time. Try again. I'm ready. I'll yield to none.
That sounds like her. Oh gosh. Huh. not gonna mess with that. The pet pal allows me to talk to animals. Noble. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we're going cello. I don't know if it did that last time. That's really cool. I just wasn't paying attention. Alright. I just want to see what it's like playing the story mode. Spinning around in circles. Cause you guys, do you have the big game actually installed? Noodle and Zeph?
What?
Do you guys have the actual game completely installed on your computers?
No, that's it.
What about you? Yeah, it just came out yesterday. Oh. It's like, what do you mean? Well, since I'm waiting, I'm gonna piddle around with the story mode a little bit. Now that I've made the wonderful Z that I just sent spinning in circles. Yes!
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy.
I feel like Fort Joy is purposely ironic.
I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
No, it's the same story as the multiplayer. I wonder what it'll be like doing it on my own.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
No lesions, no trauma.
Ah, you're up.
Led by magic. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Gotta move everything.
There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Now that you're up, you'd like to bathe and dine. Tell her to ring for the servants.
Oh dear. I'm afraid you're a long way from home, milady. A long way from the little bells that make footmen come a-running.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Technically, aren't you using source magic too? Because, like, the things on your sides are glowing.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it, see? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source.
Oh darn.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
I do like the fact that he speaks and I don't have to sit there and read everything. One time I'm gonna do that wrong.
Magister
I'm gonna
stands
be
pale
attacking.
and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Good God!
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Lucky me.
Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. It's a small ship. His name was Finn. Oddball. Looked to me like he saw something he wished he hadn't before he came here. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
I have to push the wheel in the middle of the thing.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Ask why she's letting you so close to the crime scene while she knows you could be the killer. Take your leave.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Shrug and say maybe you can, you are a sorcerer after all. Tell her that that's a trick you haven't quite mastered. Ask her if she's investigating her fellow masters as well, one of them has easily done this, and all the villagers say you don't hail from the house of dreams. When you sleep, you truly sleep. Go with that.
Figured as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Nod so you'll let her know if you hear anything. Say you're no snitch. I hate that. I really hate when people say that. Laugh. She really thinks you'd have a magister, someone who's been keeping you under lock and key. Tell her your price is considerably higher than that.
Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
I don't know, you didn't do it. You say you were in my quarters the whole time, but I was asleep. I can't prove it.
Or was he already here? I'm not suited for this. It's sea cow, not sea sheep.
Sea cow.
Haven't got any shoes, have you? People these days.
If I had shoes, you let me take it?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Oh, the lights. Hey, who turned out the lights?
My mum is afraid of lizards. I'm not. I think you're neat. I'd be happy if I had a tail.
Oh, thank you, Polly.
Wow. You're a dragon. You look like a dragon. But where are your wings?
Hey, I have a dragon with no wings.
Please, do you know Losa? She's a really good singer.
Losa.
I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
You're good, Sandy.
Ah, there you are, wife. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Play along with her and take her arms with the grin till the children they must be mistaken. Squint at the lot of them who say she must have been confused with someone else. Good with past old dirty kids and say they seem well enough like brats to you. We'll play along.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Sure enough, shake her hand, low say you presume. I say she couldn't find one more age-appropriate companions. So you're more concerned with survival than entertainment, nah.
You presume right.
If she knows anything about the murder that happened aboard, so she ought to have a look around with you can hitch once she goes back.
Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Okay. Rose is crazy.
It was one of them. I know it.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to...
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go!
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
The Magisters are out for blood. You saw the body, didn't you? Big bruiser like you ought to be able to take them on.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
How does that plate?
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
Girl, telling me that I think twice before addressing the child. And that's what you're meant to be hearing. Wave his request away and ask him if he knows about the murder on board. No.
He opens both eyes and turns his head toward you, looking you up and down. He smiles and closes his eyes once more.
You look like a girl to me. Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums.
Look how he's wearing a captain's hat.
But there's more. Listen close.
Never thought you'd end up.
There now, just like that. Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before...
There! You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for... Yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank ye kindly, kiddo.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile.
Can I get you to...
know the first thing about sauce.
If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much...
Sing us a song? I know you can.
No, I was trying to turn that off.
That's enough now.
Anyway, the same thing, let me turn them all off.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
The Red Prince is over there demanding better food. Very princely of him.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Very specific.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice, deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no, but I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She chuckles once more.
That red-cheeked refusal tells me more than licking you would. But suit yourself, darling. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Carrying on.
One of us would kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Get some money.
Sure you and you shut up.
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? It was one of them. Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up.
You're wearing the same thing as me.
On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm... The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, as per your own testimony, you can cook and groom, but you have the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit. Still, Beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard.
I had the man punch you in the
You
face.
should probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? I'm a fair man, but I won't spare the rod. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
I want to punch the Red Prince. He's trying to make me his slave. He's a cocky you-know-what.
I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us.
Forgive me, kin. Were that I had more than gruel to serve. If I'd more than cornmeal and rotting roots, I'd concoct something more fitting. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
I hear messages.
Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out, flicks a finger against one of your scales, and rubs his chin.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your
is the
presence.
dead guy. Stared at him in shock and asked what the heck he thinks he's doing. Asked whether the book he's reading isn't good. He seems engrossed in it. Asked who you're speaking to. Reach out and ruffle his hair with a grin. No, I'm gonna do the first one.
I am reading. Is this not evident? My book is in my hands, my face turned away from you. Perhaps my eyes not on the page. Damnable things.
He grabs a metal plate and watches his reflection with one eye as the other shifts left to right and up to down. He repeats them.
No, they are working quite adequately. It seems you are at fault. Predictable.
Saying that you want to know why he thought he could touch you like that.
Oh? Oh, I see. I crossed a cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my apologies, Lizard. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Understanding is all rather relative. Take this book, for example. I understand all of it, and yet none of it makes sense. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Nice catch. Most of the ancient empire has abided through all history, even in the face of the divine order. It stands strong.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Look at him incredulously. The gods are forces of nature. They don't have a history.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Insist, why is he so curious about the gods?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Jerk.
It was one of them. I know it.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Ask if he'd be found cold like a dog and stuck in a ship's hole with a corpse and a murderer on the loose.
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
You should be light enough to call me ma'am.
And if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You see, Moned?
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Windigo.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
This is the perfect opportunity to create a mutiny. Tell the woman you stand by her.
No, I'm afraid I always perform my part solo. Do stay and watch, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she can't source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Not really much of a fight. I'm getting my butt knocked out as she blows everything up.
What's happened?
I'm gonna take this opportunity to take everything off of the table. It'll be useful later. I'm gonna get myself stuck. Good. Thing in the middle. Who's that? Alright.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just. The dwarf lies in a heap on... The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor.
Okay, I'm not waking up.
Oh! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips. You dare.
The lizard's eyes close as he...
Aww. I'm gonna take your pants though. I do think check the photos. I realize I probably should be more of a hurry. Boats technically sink in, but you know, things to do, stuff to take. So I don't have a key for that. Oh, the doggy died.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor.
Okay, not getting up.
You shake the lizard by the shoulder. Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. His eyes flicker open.
Lucien,
Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall closed.
So, I'm not gonna be able to look any of them up. Got it.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
It's no use. Your words...
The dice roll darkly.
I don't know why you had that. Now I got blood on my feet.
Hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
I don't like her voice now that she's talking.
Not a very chatty fellow, are you?
I imagine the snow is not very chatty.
The Magister lies on the floor.
What the crap is that? There's something just like popped and I have no idea what it was. Let me get it again. No, I can't remember. Oh yeah, no, I did. Just making sure to get everything while I have a moment. Let me get in there, but I guess I'm never going to figure it out. Oh, there's another level here. Oh, okay, then I'm in a barrel. Picked up all this other stuff, but I don't know what weapon is best for me. Picked up a bucket helmet at one point. There on that. I'm not going to let you see my helmet because it do stupid. I hooked up all these weapons, so I don't know what I'm supposed to use on. This. Sure, that's what I'm supposed to use.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Please, make it stop. Oh. Wow! Sorcerer!
The dog whines.
Lots of random places to sit here.
Damn! That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards!
I'm not fighting anything though. Unless they're gonna attack the door.
Thank the gods!
He eyes the collar circling your...
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Urging them to check around what's going on here. What have they seen? You can help them if they get the stupid device off you. Try this.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Sorcerer mutiny!
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take it.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Tell Magister Wayne is injured. She asked you to find help. Oops.
The Magisters look to each other.
Your lies and...
Oh, I'm in a fight already. That's fine. I'm not even sorry. See? I'm so not sorry. I'm gonna sit here on your pretty nice fluffy chair.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
You no reason not to take everything?
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick!
Oh, not quick though, because if I go quick, I can't get all the stuff. Certainly doing all the looting I can.
Something's pounding on the hull!
You can wait. Grab all the cups. Good to have you. That box I just picked up. Not album drop. Not quite what I was going for.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but it doesn't budge.
Ah. I'll check it. What did that say? I got that door. And I know Zeph's got the door over now. Can I get in here?
The moment you touch the door, your belly goes hollow and the door groans open.
Something's breaking through! What the hell are those things? Death Walk? I need to get out of here, now!
Oh look, same.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarre. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous insight.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire. It turns into must when wet. It cannot even resist acid.
The skeleton looks up.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea, whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
The skeleton holds up his book in one quick
I am trying to and I will be damned if I let the lives of some— Go on, go.
No, like the undead guy. I don't suppose he cares much about whether or not you like him or not. There's a cat definitely in the chair. Here we go. Were there 2 levels to the boat before? Yeah, there were. Never mind. I remember that room. They're still playing Destiny. Can I not go upstairs?
By the ancients, I need to get off this ship.
Poisoned himself to get over here. How many times does he get to attack? Okay. Let's get out. Oh, I got Kraken on the ship. These cats are going nuts. Let you guys be crazy.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no one.
But there are other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can...
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Never need something.
Never really that. Goodness gracious.
If you could walk, get yourself up the ladder. Void Woken!
I'm hitting the wall.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
I yield to none!
Nice.
They who are about to triumph.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
At least you got that one. I'm over here. I'm like really far down the list of me and doing this.
Hurts, doesn't it? Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
I hear something. It's...
Sounds like
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she... With jagged movements, she raises... Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide. It's working. The pressure is something within the ship. Snaps. The floor. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly.
Rip the ship apart! This is it! She's going down!
Oops.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
So I got saved by mystical voice. Say, ow.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collar.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
I'm gonna go get my phone real quick. It should be charged by now.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? This must be Fort Joy.
Alright.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
That's not happening. Essentially, I'm getting that source magic and black magic are like one and the same.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
Vile language.
I know you.
Why did he get to go twice?
Thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Bloody footprints.
Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Preferably the eaten and then drowned. Not for other crimes against us. There's still this random junk I got. What's in here? Properly explore. Footprints.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Yes, I imagine you do. You're made of sterner stuff than I first gave you credit for. Chances are I wouldn't have survived the shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
You're welcome.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
This is due to stand idly by when people are in danger.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. Now then, if there's nothing further...
What are you doing?
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it...
He sighs,
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Last night with cracking infested waters.
Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few...
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Rather specific, Vision.
Of course it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
We'll do the noble response. Of course.
The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Maybe I can help you get it back.
Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of our kind's revered mystics. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island.
Yeah, I know where a dream's at.
Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good.
Promise it.
So, now that that's settled, first, even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic and, yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
Well, I'm technically an archer, so I guess I would need finesse. Well, I'm an archer, but I need him to stay a fighter.
Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
I'd toss it in the ocean if you try to make me do it.
Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Oh my goodness. Your Highness.
A black cat. A herald of wisdom in my homeland.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intent.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a...
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but...
Hey lady, is a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me. 1, 2, long get it again. 3, 4, shallow the shore.
I know nothing of any of that.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the...
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think the fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you... Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Broken path. Let's see.
I got my eye on you, Scaly. Don't try any of that sauce. Don't make promises you can't keep, filth. We deal with your disgusting kind very eagerly in Fort Joy. Soon I'll use them.
Yeah, but I actually don't like it. I'm not just like a pupper.
Gonna pray all day, buddy?
I find I need you. Help me teach this beast. He must respect. If not, he comes for you next.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeve.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no...
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
I'll stand beside the elf.
The intense-looking man stands beside you against the thugs, shooting you an appraising glance. Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
Sweet.
There is a safe place.
I'm gonna follow her first and then come back and take people. In a safe place. Look how much bigger I am than the Red Prince.
A little reprieve from the din outside.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. No doubt he turns on you next. These humans hate us.
Be more careful and
to be vulnerable in a place like this is tough. You may keep your shame for yourself. An open heart knows the difference between right and wrong. It is not wrong to walk in the camp. It is wrong to assault one walking. You walk among the humans too long if you think differently. It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. I am taken. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. Through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs, I can stand, but I fear the Magisters. In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives the bread has the power. Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion than this. Thank you.
Oh, sweet. The only one of these that would be any use to me is that. I might need to give that to him. Not me. I need some armor. Jeez Louise.
You can't get me! Whack! Back, evil ogre, or I'll get you with my sword! Wait a second. You're the red devil Callias told me about.
The kid screams like a banshee.
Are you from the ancient empire? Maybe you know my mum. Helene. She served the bailiff of the House of Law. She died when the Voidwoken came.
Suddenly, the child's face crinkles into a grimace. She seems on...
Whack! Back, evil ogre, or I'll get you with my sword! I'll spare you this time, but you're really fun. Ready? Go! You found me! Go!
I know where he's going. I'll wait here and let him actually get past me first.
Oh! Wow! You're really smart. I know how to spell introduce. It's on. My way is too small for you. You'll have to find another. Hope you brought a shovel.
I've spotted something. Let's hope this is worth the digging.
Go down.
So like freak out. Chill.
Wizard pants. Or the, for now. Rather than the stained pants, anyway.
Wither, this is my new friend. She's really smart. You'll like her a lot.
Please, small child, leave me to my ruminations.
But she's really nice. And tall. Maybe she can even help you with that thing.
Why? A grown friend? You brought an adult here? Good. Good gods. Can it be? A lizard? Why, 700 years. I haven't seen a living soul in all that time. What a strange notion. A wicked king, it was. Brachus Rex by name. The Order of the Source Hunters discovered a great horror upon this prison isle, and I was sent to stop it. Yet my failure was absolute. I am not fit to bear the Please, good lady, you seize the spear.
Oh, it's stuck fast.
I got Good sir, you have set my body free, free to crumble to dust at last. But my spirit, blast! I remain trapped in this mouldering skeleton yet. I have heard of such magic, but have never known anyone so foul as to employ it. Brachus Rex, may maggots lace his entrails. After he interred me in this cell, he must have drawn my very soul away from me and stored it elsewhere in the fort. Thus he has bound me entirely to the mundane realm. But I know this place well. I could lead you to its likely location. Marvelous, my friend. Marvelous. You'll first have to get inside the fort itself. The switch will open a hatch. Brachus would have made me a supplicant. I was fully briefed about this awful place before I came. I never thought I would become Fort Joy as a danger. Here, he and his...
I'm not really reading and listening to what he's saying. Very confused for a moment. I thought I'd turned the map like completely around.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though...
Ah, hello. I see you come a long way. I see you come here seeking a great adventure. Do you find it?
I see it before my eyes.
It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all. I cannot say more.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave. My protector, my friend. An elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He tries to help me, to save me, and he suffers very much. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. You bring me great peace. I see something that... Yes, please ask. Oh, I do not cover my eyes. He is a very blind... You understand when you meet him, after you escape. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. He makes no... My home is far. Your language gives me some trouble. We elves... Time, for us, is now. There is not then and when. I knew we must be here. I am not sure how much to explain. You are here and...
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Magisters I handle, but small ones stay in this cave a while longer. Provoke Modi, the wild one who runs like his clothes catch fire.
Right, well, I'm gonna save it. Skill panel is there for. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Wow. To improve my wits. Increase my persuasion. Okay. How do I save? Oh yeah. Right there, save. Oh yeah. You save. Alright, so I am gonna go ahead and start there because I'm tired of playing, and apparently we're going to play together tomorrow. But it's interesting seeing the way the story works when I play by myself. I'll probably end up playing it more on my own when they're not both around to play. So yeah, that's gonna be all for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Actually, if we're gonna do it tomorrow, then I need to change some video postings around. I'd say video postings. I have a Mass Effect video that was supposed to post tomorrow, so I'll just post it tomorrow, or push it to Monday, Sunday, whatever. One of those days of the weekend, days of the week. But yeah. That's all I have to say, I think. I don't know. That's all out for now, guys. So, thanks for watching. Remember to get your return appointment on the way out the door. So I can get this thing to let me click over here and do a thing and push the button.